Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen my face before or never heard this voice, my name is Cassie and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. In today's video, I thought that we would do a little bit of a nighttime routine. I have kind of been sticking to doing the same thing back to back for a while, so I figured let's get unready together, or if you are just chilling, whatever you're up to, I'm not sure, but grab a snack or prop your phone up and let's get unready together. Usually if it's a work day, the first thing that I like to do before I start to unwind is to take out my scrubs for the next day and also make sure that I've packed my lunch and kind of have like my breakfast and things like that prepped already. By doing this, I'm able to sleep in a little bit more and not have to feel like I'm running around so much first thing in the morning. And so those are two things that I always love to do. So I've already picked out my scrubs. I always get everything. So socks, underwear, scrubs together. That way, all I have to do when I wake up is literally just grab everything and put it on. I made myself a green smoothie to take along with me for breakfast. I already made some eggs as well. That way I can have both. I have some bagels, so I'll probably just grab a bagel and throw it in with everything else. And then I've packed my lunch already. So that's out of the way. We've got our scrubs and things that we need first thing in the morning put to the side, out of the way. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is hop in the shower. So I wanted to show you before I jump in the products that I'm going to be using in the shower today, keeping it super simple, starting off first with this body wash that I've been loving and I've showed you guys here before. If you've never tried this brand out, definitely give them a try. But this is the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash. I love it. It's fragrance free. It's really great for mixing in with other body washes as well. And so if you've never seen my Naturium body care review, definitely check it out. So I'm going to use this. At Bath & Body Works, they were recently having a sale, so I picked up some body care. Honestly, I literally only picked up two things. Whenever they have the sale where the body care products are $5.95, I always try to grab things that I know that I really like. And because I haven't been really getting body products that are scented or cutesy girly, I've mostly just been doing skincare focused things. I really love that when they have these sale, they bring back certain products and certain scents that are like throwback scents. And so I picked up this Forever Red body wash. If you have never smelled this scent, this is definitely like an OG scent. It smells so good. Let me see if the fragrance notes are on here. Okay, so the fragrance notes for Forever Red are fiery pomegranate, red peony, rich vanilla rum, and oak wood, and it smells really, really, really good. And one thing I do like about their body washes is that they get very, very, very soapy, and I love that. So I just love this scent, and so I picked it up and I figure I'm gonna go in with my regular stuff and then kind of follow it up with this before I get in the bed. That way I smell really good and like it. And I also picked up from the sale the body mist that goes along with it. So I just love that scent. That was the only thing that I picked up because I've been trying to keep it super regular skincare instead of all of the like fruity girly scents. And also just kind of sticking to skincare. Once it gets a little bit hotter, I am a person who sweats a lot. And so I like to just keep it super simple. I have it in the shower, but I didn't want to just take out the bar soap and show you just the raw bar soap. So I am grabbing the package. That way you can see. But I'm going to be using also this Dove Antibacterial Care bar soap because I am a bar soap girl. Again, because I sweat a lot, I do like to use a bar soap, especially for my armpits, my neck, things like that. I just feel like it's really good. Smells really good as well. If you've never tried this scent out, definitely give it a try. What's funny is I actually was supposed to get a different one, but I ordered things for pickup at Walmart and didn't realize that they gave me the wrong one. So this was supposed to be the exfoliating one. It's also in a blue package and they just picked up the wrong thing, but it's fine because this one also smells pretty good and it works fine. So those are going to be the products that I'm using in the shower. Actually, let me grab one more thing. Okay, so last but certainly not least, for my face, I'm going to be using this face wash that's by the brand Medicube. I don't know if you've heard of them before. I feel like they've been getting super popular as well, but this is their Zero Foam Cleanser, and I love this. It smells so good. And I feel like it works really, really well. I know it says a zero foam cleanser, but I feel like it's like a creamy kind of face wash. Before I grabbed that face wash by Medicube, I actually was only using this vitamin C complex cleanser that's also by the brand Naturium, but I decided to give this a break just because I really wanted to try this out and I really, really like it. I feel like it does a really good job of cleansing. You definitely do not need to double cleanse if you're a double cleanse person. And I love that it doesn't make your face feel like it's really dry when you get out of the shower, which is always a plus. And so I am using this in the shower as well as the other body products that I showed you. So let's go ahead and jump straight in the shower and I'll catch back up with you in just a second. Okay. So your girl is fresh out of the shower and I wanted to show you because I didn't show you when I was jumping in. Whenever I have braids and they're long, I always do like a double bonnet situation so that my hair is high and off my neck. That way I can make sure I'm cleaning everything up really well. And I had my AirPod in because I always like to throw something on while I'm in the shower. That is like such a hack. If you are somebody who loves hygiene and loves finds peace when you're in the shower, that has always been me. I love a good shower. I love a good routine. Whenever I am taking a shower and doing body care, it always feels really peaceful. It's something that I always enjoy. And so throw in an AirPod, throw on your headphones and jump in, and whatever is the thing that speaks to you the most, that makes you feel the calmest, is definitely what I recommend for you to do. If you're going through something at the time, throw on whatever your favorite kind of music is, or an audiobook, or if you're somebody who likes to listen to your Bible, if you have the Bible app on your phone, that's something I also love to do, is go to whatever it is that I'm reading at the time and just listen to the Bible as I'm in the shower. Whatever your thing is, definitely throw it on. It will help add to that peaceful feeling that you get. So I definitely recommend it. I'm actually just going to close this shower curtain. Okay, so back to the bonnet because I got off track. I always do about a double bonnet situation. So I have this small one that it's a little bit tighter that I use to kind of pull everything up. And then I always like to get these longer ones so that when I have braids, that the braids can kind of sit in the bonnet. And I feel like it's easier for sleeping as well. It doesn't feel as bulky once they're a little bit longer. So this is what I like to use. But because it hangs on my neck, I can't go in the shower like this. So I just bring the bottom of the bonnet up and then I put the other bonnet on top, and it just makes life easier. Also, I realize that it looks like I don't have on a towel. So I'm going to bring my towel up a little bit higher because I have my camera nice and high since I'm a tall girl. But I'm going to bring my towel up a little bit higher. Okay, boom. That way it doesn't look like I don't have anything on. I have my towel wrapped around me, and I am going to just take off this bonnet and put my hair up in a bun while I finish off doing the rest of the routine. Okay, actually, I'm going to throw on one of, I don't know if you've seen this, and I'm sure you have, those little headbands that people put on while they do skincare, because that's going to be the first thing that we do. I use my face wash in the shower. As you can probably see, my skin is not looking oily anymore. And so I'm going to throw this headband on. And I don't know what it is about these things, but I just feel like they're just so cute. I always get pretty much everything in black. And so I know they have the really cute pink ones and all that stuff. I usually always stick to black. That's just my preference. And I also first thing when I get out of the shower, I like to do face skincare first rather than doing like lotioning up or oiling my entire body. I don't know why that is, but I guess I'm thinking when I'm fresh out of the shower, everything is nice and fresh. And so I want to start off first with clean hands that haven't oiled up anything, first with my face. So the first thing that I'm going to use is another product by Medicube. And so this is their Zero Pore Pad 2.0. So this goes along with that face wash that I showed you guys earlier in the video. The face wash, I guess the main focus is also kind of like closing up pores, deep cleansing. And so I figured that I would get the little pore pads that go along with it. It can be used just like a toner. One of the things that I really like about it that I haven't seen with any other company that gives out like pads or toner pads or anything like that is that when you open it, it has this cute little rest on it with a little mini pair of tongs. And I'm sure there's probably a more correct term to use for what it is, but a little like grasper so that you can grab the pads with clean hands. And I love that. It has like its own little seat for it too, which I just think is super cool and super convenient. You just put it right in and it stays in place so you don't have to worry, even if you move it around when it's closed, like it's not going to fall out. It's going to stay right in place. Whoever came up with the packaging idea, love that. I just think that that's so convenient. And I love that, first of all, it comes with a little grasper thing, because I feel like that is like one way just to be sure that you're not mixing things around. And so I'm going to start off first with this now that my face is freshly cleansed. So I'm going to use my little grasper. I'm going to grab one of these and I'm going to go ahead and start toning my face with one of these. So I also really just wanted to chit chat a little bit with you guys. How are you doing? First of all, I hope that your weekend has been smooth. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you have going on, that you're feeling well, that you're doing well. I hope that you had a relaxing weekend, that it wasn't too busy, wasn't too crazy for you. I personally made sure that my weekend was a restful one. I feel like overall I've been feeling pretty good, but at the same time, I've been a little bit stressed. I feel like whenever there is a lot going on, whether it's at work or at home or with friends or with family, that I tend to be somebody who really soaks up the energy of whatever it is that I have going on. And so it's really important for me to recognize when that's happening and make sure that I take time to just reset, relax. Don't forget to get behind your ears if that's something that you tend to forget. Now is the time. I know sometimes in the shower you might not want to mess up your cute hairstyle, get your hair wet, or whatever the case is. Maybe you have an AirPods and you're not trying to get them wet. So make sure that at this time that you're really getting behind your ears. But yeah, I'm somebody who tends to soak up the energy of things that I have going on. And I feel like this weekend I really needed for it to be restful, for it to be relaxing. And so I made myself do the things that I needed to do, like laundry and cook a little bit, get groceries, things like that. But I tried to get them all done within a certain time frame. That way I would be able to use the rest of the time that I had truly to just do whatever felt most relaxing, most comfortable. And I'm so glad that I made that decision, because I was definitely becoming really overwhelmed. And so if you are somebody who can relate to that, being somebody who really I don't want to say is easily overwhelmed, but when things are difficult and when you are becoming overwhelmed with your life and things that are going on, to make sure that if you notice what you need is to rest and to relax, that you make sure that you carve out time to do that for yourself. I am always really, really, really terrible at doing that. I will keep going and pushing through, and sometimes even pushing how I'm feeling to the side in order to keep addressing or doing the things that I need to do up to my high expectations. But there are times where I really just need just like you, really just need to take time to just relax. Even if that means being a potato on the couch and binging something on Netflix or whatever you like. Make sure that you do that for yourself, because in order for you to keep showing up the way that you desire to show up, you really have to make sure that you are taking good care of yourself. And I'm just going to use, whenever I use a toner or something that's very wet, I always like to use one of these little fans to kind of dry my face off. So I'm just going to fan this in. But yeah. Oh, I wonder if it makes it sound really bad on the mic. I'm sorry if it does. But this is just my encouragement to you that regardless of what it is that you have going on, at the end of the day, you can't show up and be your best any other place if you can't also show up for yourself, especially when you're in need of that. So if you can, if you have time, or I know that it can get busy between people who are parents, have to take time to take care of their kids. Maybe you don't have as much time off of work. Whatever you have going on, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you carve time out. When you notice that maybe your mental health or your overall mood and attitude is not doing well, to make sure that you take time to look after yourself, because it's going to pay off in the long run. And so my weekend was pretty relaxing. Again, I really just focused on getting the things done that I absolutely needed to get done in order to make it through the weekend. But if it wasn't something that was on that list, I didn't do it. I tried to just relax and focus on myself, do a little bit of reading, look through some products that I really like. I don't know if this is like a girl thing, and maybe you can relate, that sometimes it can be so calming to do some like online shopping where you fill up your cart on whatever website it is that you like, and maybe you don't check out, but you just look through what's available, look at things you like, and do some like fake retail therapy. Comment down below if you've ever done that before. And if you haven't, I highly recommend it. This might not be maybe a time where you're interested in spending money on whatever the thing is, but sometimes what you need is to just go on the website, scroll through, add things into your cart like you have an unlimited budget. And even if you don't check out at that time, there's nothing wrong with it. It's something about just looking through the things that you like that sometimes makes you feel more positive, or just makes you feel calm. And I know that might sound nuts, but honestly, it's something that I like to do from time to time, is just go on the websites that I like, add everything into the cart that I would possibly want to get. And sometimes I even look and I'm like, oh wow, like this isn't that bad. And it just depends on where it is that you're looking. And sometimes I also like to just look at new products and things that are available. And that is honestly how I was able to find out about this Medicube brand, is that a lot of people have been posting about it. They have a really cool mask that you sleep in overnight, and I got that as well. I don't think that I'm going to use it yet. I want to use it on a day when I'm not going to work the next day, just in case my skin feels like sensitive or anything like that. I want to be able to be home to kind of track that. So next up, I am going to follow up with this Medicube triple. Let's see if it'll focus. I know that it's like bright pink and the words are in white, so I don't know if it'll focus. But this is their triple collagen cream. So this is actually the packaging that it came in. I think you might be able to read it a little bit better, but this is the Medicube Triple Collagen Cream. So I am going to follow up the toner with this cream, and this is what it looks like. It's super, super creamy. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm actually just going to use about this much, and you can see how moisturizing it is. I really like it. It smells really good as well, which is always a plus. So that is the triple collagen cream. I can't even explain what it is that it smells like, but I really like the way that it smells. I feel like it smells really good. Some of the things smell like so many chemicals, and I absolutely hate that. So there's that. And then next, I'm going to follow up with a little bit of sunscreen. So I also had this in my Naturium review, but this is their SPF. It is the UV Reflect Antioxidant SPF 50. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on top. I know, yes, I'm going to bed, but it is something that whenever you're using these products, you're meant to follow them up with sunscreen. So although I'm not going outside and I am going to go to sleep, I always put a little bit of sunscreen before I go to sleep just to kind of lock it in. Also, since it's something that they recommend, I just try to stick to whatever it says because I don't often use too many skincare products, and so whenever I do, I try to just use them according to whatever the directions are, and then I can always switch and do something different like later on. So based off of like how everything turns out. So that is the skincare for the night. Those are the products that I'm going to put on. I did also want to show you, I did pick up another cream from them. This is the Medicube Collagen Jelly Cream. And this one is very similar to the other one that I used, but instead of it being like a regular cream, it comes in this container. And it's a little bit more of a jelly consistency. And so if I'm trying to be extra, or if my face is just feeling like very dry, then I'll follow up with this. And as you can see, it looks almost like edge control, which is so funny. I'm literally thinking that as I am opening it up, but it's very jelly consistency. And inside of the box, it also comes with a little spatula that is like double-sided, and it has like a nice little indent so that you can hold it and scoop. And so you would just scoop a little bit out and put that on if that was the moisturizer that you're using. I am not using that one today. I have kind of been rotating between the two. I literally just started using this maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I haven't even used the moisturizer every single day, but I got this just in case because it's supposed to help if your skin is also a little bit more dry, and I love that. So I feel like this is also a really good option for before you go to bed. That way when you wake up in the morning, your face is still feeling very moisturized. I will say, even with the cream that I put on for the night, I do find that it's very, very moisturizing. I feel like Korean skincare has it down on every single level. Like, they're so good at making sure that your cleanser really cleanses, that you don't feel dried out by the products that you're getting. And so I'll give you guys a full review after a couple more weeks. I really just want to try out everything that I got by them, but I did get a couple of items. I'll say quite a few different things from them because I really wanted to give it a try. So if you're interested, then just let me know in the comments below, and I'll let you know when we're due for that next review. And it'll be on all the things that I got from Medicube and what it is that I like, how it works, what's in it, if I can figure out all of those things as well. But yeah, so just let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in, and I'll make sure that I film a video and post it for you as well. Once my skincare is all taken care of, the next thing that I like to do is dental hygiene. So it really just depends. I know a lot of people have a lot of different techniques, things that they recommend, products that they like to use. I like to keep things very, very simple. So again, the order that I use things in also depends on what it was that I ate, when's the last time I ate it, and how my mouth is feeling overall. And so one of my favorite mouthwashes that I like to use is Listerine. I always tell my patients I'm a Listerine girly. I don't know what it is about Listerine, but it is my preference in terms of mouthwashes. So this is the Listerine Cool Mint Zero Alcohol version of mouthwash. And if you are watching this video and if you can hear my voice, please always get the zero alcohol version of whatever mouthwash you're using. And the reason why is that alcohol can be very drying for the mouth, and you do not want to dry the mouth out. And that is usually the thing that also causes some of that burning sensation that people get from using mouthwash, which I know a lot of people like, but this is just a bit healthier as an option. Also, you don't need to use mouthwash every single day, so that's just a tip and a hack for you. I use this maybe 2 or 3 times out of the week, so it really just depends. And also something else to know about mouthwash is make sure at whatever point in your routine you use it, whether it's first or last, that you follow it up with water. You put water in between using it and brushing your teeth, or spitting it out and going to sleep. Whatever you do, just make sure that you're following up your mouthwash with water. It's very important to do. And so I'm going to start off first by using the mouthwash. I'm going to swish this around, and then I'll show you guys which toothpaste I like. So I do switch it up. Sometimes I use the mouthwash first. Sometimes I use it at the end. Again, it really just depends. But also, because it's not something I'm using every day, that also contributes to at what point I use it. I will say I tend to like to use it first, and then I rinse with water afterwards, swish that around. That way, the ingredients that are in the mouthwash don't interact with the ingredients that are in my toothpaste. So right now, I am going to show you, I'm using a travel size toothpaste, and this is just one that I happen to really like. And they have these at Walmart also in those little like travel kits. And this is also one that my husband really likes because it has scope in it. But this is the Crest Complete Plus with whitening and scope in it. So I really, really like this specific toothpaste. My absolute favorite toothpaste, and honestly, that's the reason that I'm using this right now. I ran out of my favorite toothpaste, which I'll insert a picture of, but it's the Crest Gum Detoxify toothpaste. I don't know what it is about that toothpaste, but I love it, and I literally ran out. And so that's why I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna use one of these ones just for now, and I need to actually grab some. So that is actually a moment for me to put a little note in my head. Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last met. Okay, so as it pertains to floss, I know that most people hate to do it overall. I get that. But my floss that I recommend is a waxed floss. They have a great one that's by Oral-B. It's like minty and waxed. And then I also wanted to show you as it pertains to water flossers. I know Waterpik is like the main brand that everybody loves. It's like why water flossers became so popular. But if you're somebody who doesn't maybe want to spend $100 on a water flosser, that's okay. I understand that that can be very expensive for people. And so I did find and try out a brand that I really like. I'm somebody who does not like to recommend things unless I've tried it or I have seen results from it. And so if you've ever heard of the brand Guru Nanda, they have made a water flosser that is portable, which I love. And this is something that you can use in the shower if you find that it's very messy. I remember the first time I turned it off, I shot the whole ceiling up with water and it was dripping. So I realized, and you know, it really just depends. Make sure that you put it inside of your mouth before you turn it on. That way you can turn it on, do a little bit, collect the water in your mouth, and then spit. You can do a few teeth, spit, do a few teeth, spit, like whatever works for you. But this brand is really great. If you want, definitely try out this water flosser. I find that the portable ones that aren't sitting on the sink and have to be plugged in are much easier to use. Okay, so for moisturizing the body, I love this Glow Getter multi-body oil butter. I love this stuff. It's so good. I talked about this in my Naturium review. And so honestly, I'm plugging the review. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Talk about some really great products. A couple that I have shown you guys in today's video too, so that you know I'm truly using them. But this body butter is the truth. It works so well. So I'm going to moisturize with this body butter. And then for deodorant, I ran out of my favorite deodorant, which is by the brand Saltaire. And so I ordered some. I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. I think it'll be here in like 2 or 3 days. And so in the meantime, I went and picked up one of the whole body deodorants by Dove. This is in the scent coconut and vanilla. And so I like the spray deodorant, especially for keeping on the go when it's hot. I find that this is so useful. Again, I'm a sweaty girl. I live in Georgia where it's hot and the weather is always up and down at this point, but it's definitely more warm than it's not. And so I find that these spray deodorants are great. And so I'm going to spray a little bit of deodorant on and then I'm going to throw my clothes on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I also always like to put on lip gloss, just honestly throughout the day, but also before I go to bed, something that's very moisturizing because I don't like to have dry lips. And after I brush my teeth and do my dental hygiene routine, my lips will end up being kind of dried out, or I will have like wiped off whatever it was that I had on. From the beauty supply store, this is the Ruby Kisses Lip Oil Intense Treatment. And I really like it. I usually like to get the minty one, but when I went, they didn't have the minty one, so I just picked this up and I like it. It kind of tastes almost like a medicine, but that doesn't bother me, honestly. I think I've gotten used to it, but gotta keep the lips moisturized. It's just a must. Can't go to sleep and throughout the day with dry lips. So I threw on this pajama set and it's super cute. It's got little hearts all over it. And I actually got this pajama set as a Christmas gift for my grandmother a few years back. And after she passed away, I reclaimed it and I have, especially right after she passed away, I was wearing it to sleep almost every night. It makes me feel really, really connected to her. And she was always a really girly girl. And so I got her this pink set, had hearts all over it, and she really loved it. It's so soft and so comfortable. And so I decided to just throw this on, and I am just feeling so good and smell so good and feel just so clean and comfortable. It's one of my favorite feelings, being fresh out of the shower, freshly clean, washed, moisturized, and just ready to end the night. So thank you guys so much for joining me for my nighttime routine. Super simple, just the basics. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you're feeling blessed, that you are feeling encouraged. And I just want to wish you a happy night's sleep and a beautiful day when you wake in the morning. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. So just rain down on me, let your love just fall.